Wealth is the difference between how much money you earn and how much money you are able to use from that money you earn to either reinvest and make more money or save. Now, let me compare that really to solidify that. A rich person is completely different from a wealthy person. A wealthy person is able to use the money they earn to increase their wealth. Increase essentially they make their money, they get their money, they put it to work and they make more money. So, what is the difference between a rich person? A rich person just earns a huge amount of money and they spend it all. And then they go earn another huge amount of money and then they spend it all. And then it's just an endless cycle and they're very rich and they have to obviously work very hard to do that. On the flip side, like family offices and wealthy people, what they do is they made money. All the money they could have started making not much money at all. You know what I mean? Like they could have started mopping floors, whatever, back in the day. It doesn't really matter. But my point is, however much money you make, it doesn't need to be a lot. If you understand the fundamentals of creating wealth, you can become wealthy. Because if you essentially are able to invest and make you money on the money you earn, your money will continuously compound and grow. You'll become wealthier and wealthier and wealthier and wealthier. And it's just going to be a matter of time before you become very wealthy. Whereas that person that is rich, they will only ever be rich. They will only ever be rich for the amount of time that they can work. So as soon as they stop working, that's when they lose all their money. And you see this happen a lot with actors and people like sports stars and things like that. They're making a ton of money and they're spending a ton of money. And then as soon as the musical chair stops, there's no seat for them, and they run out of their money and they lose their fortune. That's the difference between wealthy and rich people. So for me, I'm a property investor and I've grown a property portfolio of 11 properties over the last 3.5 years. And I've just naturally had that ability to create wealth. Ever since I was a kid, I don't know where it came from because my dad is not the same. Maybe it came from my mum. Um, that's that. But yeah, like a lot of people, and it's really strange. Like even people I look up to, like Alex Hormozy, Frank Grief, entrepreneurs, that are quite influential on YouTube, and they have a lot of wealth and they have a lot of money. They often get these two terms mixed up, and it's really annoying to me. Like it's really confusing. It's like, how can someone that is so wealthy not understand the difference between rich and wealthy? Like there are like it seems like it's the same thing, but it's not the same thing at all. It's not the same thing at all. And I'm so glad that I've been able to define the difference between those two terms, because it means I don't have to try and be rich. Like I don't want to be rich. Like I don't want to be rich. I just want to have abundance of money. I just want to have abundance of money. Why? Because I see it as a tool to give me access to more choices in life. And that doesn't, and the choices for me are doing things that I want to do. The choices are things like having my own business, making decisions that I'm totally in charge of. If I want to, I can choose to do whatever I want with my days. Like I don't answer to a boss. I don't and I can choose. I could just literally on a Monday, on a Tuesday today, I could just read a book all day today. I don't have to answer to a boss and say, I'm just gonna. I do whatever I want. If I want to go surfing, I can go surfing, and obviously there's consequences if I just literally do whatever I want. But ultimately, for me, that's the difference. See ya.